Just so you know, we're still hanging, me and Patricia. And yes, I did name my cycler Patricia. This is diet cycler number 6. Okay, my very first one was, what was her name? I want to say her name was Cleopatra, but I don't remember. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the Lupus Profile. It's me, Rockie. It's been a while since you guys have joined me while I'm on my dialysis treatments. I'm going to talk to you guys about the pros and cons to doing home hemodialysis. I'm hoping that you guys can use this because if you're getting ready to start dialysis, or you know somebody else who's starting dialysis, or whatever the case is, I hope that you can use this video as a guide to kind of know what is expected or what you are getting yourself into. Let's get to it, shall we? Pro number 1, flexibility. I can't say this enough times, but being able to do my treatments around my life, not my life around my treatments, is huge. One, it gives me independence. I can make that choice myself. And there's not a lot of choices I get to make now because my kidneys aren't working. So I can't really choose whether, well, I can technically decide whether or not I want to do dialysis, but if I don't do it, I pay the consequences. So I like to say that no, I don't have a choice in that matter. I don't really get to choose whether or not I do dialysis. I have to do it. And also, I don't get to really choose a whole lot of the foods that I get to eat. My diet is super restricted. Like, a lot of independence is taken away from you when you get into renal failure. But the fact that I get to choose when I do my treatments is huge, and I think that it's a major contributor to my emotional and mental health as well. The other thing is, I feel a lot better when I'm on my treatments at home because I'm doing it 4 times a week instead of just 3. When you do it at the center, you do it either Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. But either way, you go 2 days, 2 full days on the weekends without any treatment. So basically you're filling up your body with toxins and your body has to deal with that for 2 full days. The death rate increases significantly on Mondays and Tuesdays due to that long weekend stretch of no dialysis. If you have 0 kidney function, like you're not making any urine at all, please consider home dialysis as the best option for you because you will feel better since you're doing your treatments more often. And this is another thing, your treatment time tends to be a little bit shorter just because you're doing it more often. When I was going to the clinic, I would do my treatments 3 times a week, 4 hours each treatment. Here at home, 4 times a week, 3 hours each treatment. So, you know, give or take, but I think it's a lot better to do it here at home because I feel better. The other thing is you save on gas, guys. You don't have to like hop in your car or pay for transportation to come and pick you up and take you. So there's that time of the commute between wherever you are to go to your dialysis center. You don't have to worry about that part. And you don't have to worry about paying for the gas either because it's in your home. Also, there's less risk for cross-contamination. Okay, this should not happen in the center, but I'm pretty sure that it does anyway. You have, 1 or 2 nurses taking care of multiple patients. You have techs taking care of multiple patients, and things happen. People get in a hurry. Sometimes they get a little careless and forget to wash their hands or whatever the case is. So there's that risk of you being exposed to something that another patient has. But here at home, that's not really a risk because there's not any other patients. You're the only patient. You're the only patient. Of course, you have to manage the cleanliness and practice good, proper aseptic technique. But of course, you don't have that risk of cross-contamination with other patients. So that's a good thing. You get to have visitors when you have home dialysis. This is really great, I think, because misery loves company. Misery loves company. If you are new to dialysis, it can be real intimidating to walk into a clinic and sit there and be like freaking out because you don't know what's going on, you don't know how this thing is, what is all this dialysis about, all these faces that you don't know. And on top of that, they don't let you have visitors. You don't get to have somebody sit there with you the whole time. Nobody says you can't have a couple of friends over, as long as they're, you know, obviously make sure that your environment is clean, and don't let any, don't go crazy, guys. Don't do anything dumb.
Guys, don't do anything dumb.
Okay, but you can have a couple of friends over. Have them sit next to you, watch a movie, watch Netflix, or I don't know, play games, whatever the case is, but you get to have some visitors, so I think that's really great. Increased privacy. You can totally sleep while you're on treatment, but of course you have to wake up every 30 minutes to do your blood pressure. But between blood pressures, have yourself a nice little nap, and ain't nobody gonna judge you because your mouth is wide open like. I think that's a pro. Alright, let's go to the cons. Because everybody loves cons, right? No, I'm just kidding. Nobody likes cons. Patricia here and George, who's down there, Mr. Pureflow, they both require maintenance either weekly, monthly, whatever. There's just different things that have to be done, and it can be hard to remember all of it if you're scatterbrained like me. That could be a con. But technical difficulties. Guys, I am the queen of technical difficulties over here. Okay, that, you can see a label on Patricia that has my on-call nurse's phone number and also the on-call number for the manufacturer. And I have called them many times because I have run into issues all the time. Do not let that scare you, because your dialysis team will be on board and give you all the resources that you need to be able to fix and prevent any technical difficulties from occurring. It happens to the best of us, guys, but I think it's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth it. Complications. Okay, there's lots of complications that can take place when a person is on dialysis. It doesn't matter if you're at home or in the clinic. You can have drops in blood pressure, cramping, air in the lines, blood clots. I mean, there's a whole bunch of different types of complications that can occur. Your dialysis team will train you until you are ready. Anytime I have any doubts or questions, I call that number. They love it when I bother them. And I just tell them all the stuff that's going on, and they help me fix it, and it's great. I think it's worth it, again, but it can be intimidating. That's for sure. It can definitely be intimidating. Some things that can help with that is, you know, have somebody else with you. If you have a spouse or a friend or a family member who's willing to go through the training with you so that they can help you through any of those kind of complications, that can be a comfort to you and a comfort to that person, to have two people to kind of work through those issues together. The next con is room. This chair is really quite big. We had trouble getting it through the doorway to get into this room. And of course you've got your cycler, you've got the Pureflow, you've got all of your supplies, which I've got them all stocked in the closet, and I mean it's filled to the brim with all of my supplies. And I've also got over here next to my chair a big trash can, and I've also got a small table with a centrifuge on it because I do draw my own blood, and I have to put my tubes of blood through the centrifuge so it kind of just does its spinning thing, and then I ship it off. So anyway, I've got a whole bunch of supplies. The point is, it does take up a lot of room. If you live in a small space, that could be something to consider, because you will need to have a place to store all of your supplies and equipment. That could be a con. If sleep is important to you and you like to just chill and sleep through the whole treatment, you can't do that when you're on home hemodialysis, because you have to wake up and do your blood pressure every 30 minutes. So if sleep isn't important to you, then it doesn't really matter. So scratch that last con. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have any questions. I will see you guys later. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you on the flip.